So what's up guys, you're welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I brought you guys a very interesting topic about rabbit farming. So without wasting much time, if today is your first time coming across my YouTube channel, please do well to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, comment if you want me to do any other video concerning rabbits. Maybe if you're a new farmer, if you're an aspiring farmer, if you think, can I really go into rabbit farming, can I really venture into this farming, is it really profitable? I can tell it's profitable. So sorry about that. In today's video I want to be telling you guys 10 things you should never do to your rabbit. Yes, I had a little bit of scripted here out in this paper, so I'm just going to be reading it out, then I will try to explain to you guys some few things you should never do to your rabbit. So first of all, the first thing you should never do to your rabbit is never feed your rabbit too much pellets. Yes, rabbits are not supposed to be fed on too much pellet. Rabbits are supposed to be fed on 20% pellets, 20% hay, then like 60% grass, wheat, then some other vegetables. Yes, grasses, wheat, and vegetables are supposed to be like 60%. So there are some consequences that you'll be seeing. There are some things you'll be seeing that is not really good. That if you feed your rabbit too much pellets, there are some things you'll be seeing, like your rabbit can become obese. Yes, like for the male rabbit it can become obese, and when once it's obese it might not be very active again. You know, sometimes you see people saying my male rabbit is not active, my male rabbit is not really strong, it does not really cross very well. If I just put a female in there, he just looks at it and he does not even do anything about it. So that's just what sometimes causes it. Maybe the male rabbit is obese. Sometimes I don't blame farmers, I don't blame some farmers. Maybe they are in urban areas that they can't really get grasses. They're in urban areas that they can't really get grasses. They're in urban areas, they are not always able to get grasses, so they will tend to want to feed their rabbit too much of pellets, too much of what they have available in their farm. They will tend to want to feed their rabbit too much of pellets, and too much of pellets is not really good. You don't need to feed your rabbit 100% pellets. At least try to get some kind of leaves or get hay. If you can get hay, try to get some hay and add it. Don't just feed your rabbit only pellets, because the rabbit might end up getting obese, and for the male it's very bad for them because they won't become active. You have a male in your farm and you can't use it. That particularly is just a turn off. So if you need to want to discard the male to get another one, and sometimes after getting another one you might still have the same issue, you'll be thinking, what is happening? You don't know that is from your feeding system. So the next thing I want to be talking about is avoid placing your rabbit in direct sunlight. Yeah, the place you are keeping your cage, the place you are making your cage, the place your cage is going to be placed, you should not be into direct sunlight. Sun should not be facing it directly. I know some people is as a result of not having space in their compound, as a result of not getting a particular place to keep it. Just maybe the free space they have, it has direct sunlight, they just say, okay, let me just place the rabbit, then maybe I'll be covering it from time to time, and they will not be able to cover the rabbit as time goes on. They will not be able to cover the rabbit. Maybe they'll just leave it there, and when these rabbits are under direct sunlight, they have a lot of disadvantages. This sunlight has a lot of disadvantages to them, because their temperature is going to rise. Yes, their temperature is going to rise, and sometimes some of these farmers, they don't put in a lot of water for this rabbit. You know, rabbits need adequate water every time. They're supposed to be water on their drinkers. So when they don't have a lot of water on their drinkers, it's very bad for them. So when once you keep your rabbit under direct sunlight, you'll be seeing things like heat stroke coming to your rabbit. Heat stroke, when you see your rabbit losing for under its neck. Your rabbit will be losing for under its neck. It's not as if he's sick, it's just as a result of too much of heat in the cage you have placed it. Yes, it's just as a result of too much of heat. So I'm going to be talking about a few more things, but if you are still watching this video, do want to give this video a like, subscribe if you are here to subscribe. So let me go on. The next thing I want to be talking about is, do not keep your rabbit in small spaces. Yes, make sure the cage you are putting your rabbit is a bit sizable. Make sure the cage is sizable enough for your rabbit to stay there. Yes, let the cage not be too small. Some people tend to want to manage a lot of space and they will not give the rabbit the adequate space. You know, when once your rabbit is in a limited space and is trying to fold itself, sometimes, okay, as there was a friend of mine that got rabbit from me, and she told me the rabbit she went and got from someone, that the place was very tight, that the rabbit was sleeping on one side and it was losing 4. Yes, she might be watching this video and she'll see it. So she might be losing 4. The rabbit might be losing 4 in the place that she's lying. That if the place is very tight, the rabbit will be trying to look for them in the airspace, just as if you are imprisoning the rabbit. The rabbit won't be growing very, very well. You know, it's the kind of space you give it that it makes it to grow. The real ideal size for rabbit cage that a rabbit cage is supposed to be, the ideal size, the real size the rabbit cage is supposed to be, it's supposed to be like 2 feet length, 2 feet, yes, 2 feet by 2 feet. Then the height is supposed to be about 1.7 feet, so that in case the rabbit wants to stand, you know, sometimes they like standing on their back legs. In case the rabbit wants to stand, his head will not still touch the top of the cage. You know, for some people that have those kind of big breeds, like maybe the Flemish giant, sometimes they do their cage very big and the height, but the kind of breeds we have, I don't think there will be any rabbit that will be higher than that will be high up to 1.7 feet. Yes, I don't think there will be any rabbit like. So just for you to give your rabbit a height of 1.7 feet or minimum of 1.5 feet for the height, then the sizes should be 2 feet by 2 feet surely, or 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet. Yes, but for this my cage here, I use 2 feet by 2 feet. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is, okay, I've talked about this particular one. Never feed your rabbit feed that are meant for dogs and cats. Yes, this particular one here, many people used to do it a lot. Maybe if you have dogs around or if you have cats around, maybe when you just get their feed, you take it to your rabbits. Another thing I want to say, rabbits are herbivorous and dogs and cats are carnivorous. They are not supposed to be eating the same thing. The kind of protein content that is inside the feed of dogs might not be good for a rabbit. Yes, it might end up giving your rabbit heart issues. Maybe your rabbit will end up dying. Yes, it's not actually good for rabbit. So avoid giving your rabbit cats and dog food. Instead of feeding your rabbit cats and dog food, maybe if you think that just the food you have available, it's better you even use normal leaves for them than giving them the cats and dog food. It's better you give them normal leaves. If you give them normal leaves, after all, that's what they eat in the wild. Although they won't give you a normal size, I am planning to do a video on this particular one using some kind of grasses to feed the rabbit. Although they won't give you some like very big sizes. Yeah, they won't give you very big sizes, but at least yes, you'll be seeing the improvement in them. When I started my rabbit farm, I was not using feeds, because then there was no really money to start getting feed. Then I was not using feed. I was just depending on normal grasses. So although right now I used to buy feed for my rabbit, I formulate my feed on my own, or sometimes I get the normal already formulated feed from the shop, then I feed it to them. So when I started, I was not even able to buy feed, so I used to use just grasses. So you can use just grasses to feed your rabbit, and they will still grow very well. If they are good breeds, they will still grow very well, although they won't grow as a person that is using the normal feed to feed them. So just avoid giving your rabbits cat and dog food, because they are not for rabbit. They are called cat and dog food, not rabbit food. So avoid giving them that. So do not hold your rabbits in their armpits. Yes, some people like holding their rabbit by carrying it up in the hands like this. Yeah, some people like carrying it up in the hands. Some people like holding them in places that they are not supposed to be held. So let me just show you guys how you are supposed to hold your rabbit. Let me show you guys how you are supposed to hold your rabbit, so that you know. Okay. So this particular rabbit here. Okay. So this is how you are supposed to hold your rabbit. Yes, if maybe sometimes you might be scared of, if you hold it here, it might overshake. Yes, it might overshake. Even if you want to hold it on the ear. Yes, even if you want to hold it on the ear, you need to support your hand on that. You can see the ear is not really a good place to hold them. Yes, it's not a really good place to hold them. But if you think you can't hold them on their back, you can hold them on their ear. Then you support your hand on that. You can see if you hold them like this, they are very, very calm animals. They don't disturb a lot. Yes, they are very, very cool animals to hold. So let me put her back in her cage and we'll continue. So we are finished talking about the handling of the rabbit. Don't hold your rabbit at the hands or at any kind of place. Just hold it either at the back, as I've just showed you guys, or you hold it on the ear. Then you make sure you support your hand on that. If not, because holding them on their ear is not really somehow advisable. But if you think you can hold it at the back, you can hold it at the ear. Then you make sure you support your hand under. So having said that, if you hold your rabbit in a place that she is not supposed to be held, you might end up dislocating the rabbit, and the rabbit might end up having injuries. Yes, it's not actually very good. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is, do not place your rabbit in high places. Yes, Do not play with your rabbit in high places. Some people that keeps rabbit as pets, yes, tend to keep their rabbit maybe on the bed, then they will play with it there on the bed. If the rabbit, as you're playing with it there on the bed, the rabbit might end up falling from that bed, as in, since the place is very high, and if it fall from there, it might end up having a fracture, it might end up getting injured, and it might, you know, when one rabbit gets falls like that, they might break a bone or two, and it's not really a good deal for them. Yes, it's not really a good deal for them. So the next thing I want to be talking about is, don't expose your rabbit to predators. Make sure the place you are keeping your rabbit cage, dogs don't come around, cats don't come around. You don't have maybe any kind of snake. I talked about I did a video on how to scare predators away from your rabbit's cage, and also avoid predators coming close to your rabbit cage, or even if they come, they won't be able to get to your rabbit and attack your rabbit. So if you are keeping your rabbit around a place that you see maybe this place is not really safe, maybe you think the place maybe snake can come around, you plant this weed meant for snake, you plant it there. Yes, you plant it there. So don't expose your rabbit to predators. Yes, and make sure the place you are keeping your rabbit, they are very, very safe in a shady place, because once you expose them to predators, they won't be doing so well. Their mental health won't be so well. So it's not really, really good to expose them to predators. So having said that, the next thing we are going to be saying is, do not feed your rabbit too much alfalfa hay. Yes, do not feed your rabbit too much alfalfa hay. I know some of you guys will be thinking, why won't we feed our rabbit too much alfalfa hay? Alfalfa hay contains a lot of protein. Yes, it contains a lot of protein. So don't just give your rabbit too much of that, because too much of protein can cause harm to your rabbit. Yes, don't give your rabbit too much of alfalfa hay. Yes, that's another thing I want to talk. Yes, so that's another thing I want to say. Don't give your rabbit too much of alfalfa hay. Don't give your rabbit too much of feed. It's not really good for them. Too much of everything normally is bad. So once you feed your rabbit too much of a thing that is not good for them, you know, normally they might get issues. Even the normal pawpaw leaf, the papaya fruit, it's good for rabbit do eat it, but too much of it causes diarrhea to rabbits. Yes, so the last thing I'm going to be talking about that you should never do to your rabbits is inbreeding. Yes, inbreeding is a no-no. Like, you are not even supposed to do it. Inbreeding is basically when you cross a male rabbit and a female rabbit that are brothers, that are siblings, that are coming from the same mother, that is their siblings. When you cross them together, that is inbreeding. Inbreeding is not a good idea at all. Like, it's not a good idea at all in rabbit farming. You're not supposed to try it, because it might end up giving you blood issues. The rabbit might end up having genetical problems. Sometimes the rabbit might end up dying. If they give birth, they might not give birth to healthy kids. If they give birth to their kids, after 1 month, you notice they will start jerking and they will just end up dying like that. So you don't want to see any of this. One of a friend messaged me that this particular rabbit was just stunted, an 8-month rabbit. If you see it, it looks like a 2-month-old rabbit. It was very, very small. So it was as a result of inbreeding. So inbreeding can cause so many harm to your rabbit. So don't try it. Once you want to get a rabbit, make sure you get your rabbit from a very good source, that you know this particular male you are getting and this particular females, they are not from the same mother at all. You know, sometimes these small farmers, when they want to sell their rabbits, they do sell, maybe they just have just 2 females and a male rabbit. If you want to buy from them, maybe they will just have some few rabbits and they are coming from the same mother, and you want to buy, maybe as a novice, you will not just know that this particular thing is not supposed to be done. You just say, I need 1 male and 1 female, and they'll package it to you and you keep it in your farm. At the time is due to give birth for you, that is supposed to give birth, that you're supposed to be seeing your money, after waiting for how long, and the rabbit has become pregnant and feeding them all through, and you just notice the rabbit gives birth and the kids just end up dying, or the kids does not grow well. It's not really a good thing. So avoid inbreeding. Once you want to get a rabbit, make sure you ask the farmer, are they from the same mother? Are they from the same line? Where is this male from? Where is the father of this male? Where is the mother of this male? Ask some few questions. You need to know. You are buying from the person. So thank you so much for watching this video. More videos are going to be coming up on this channel. So if you do like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, like, turn on the notification bell, and if you can also share this video to other rabbit farmers group, so other rabbit farmers can also see and benefit from this video. Thank you once again, guys. Do have a nice day. Happy Valentine, and peace out.